All right, shalom, shalom, shalom. Hey, before I get started, I want to give all the glory and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakak Kodash. Hey, double honors unto my apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and safety to all you sincere Akyam that's out here pushing this word in truth and in all sincerity. Hey, shalom to you all, and shalom to you sincere sisters that are tuning in as well. Shalom to all of you. All right, shalom to the hopeful elect. All right, this gonna be a quick one. I'm en route back home from work, and I just wanted to speak on this while it was hot on my spirit. I put a title to this when it processes, but I just wanted to speak on leadership, and for the fact and the spirit of it, and the fact that the Lord is training us up to be leaders. And I've started really applying the same principles of how I operate within the body at work, and it's actually been an amazing thing to witness and be a part of. Today at my job, had to deal with a situation with I guess you could say a coworker of mine. He kind of answers to me, but I say that with all humility, but it's just a chain of command, line of order, and he's having issues with the job because he lacks in the leadership department. Now, what is that? What does that mean to lead? This is the type of things that, I say to people. Just because you go to a convention and some loudmouth person stands in front of you and motivates you and tells you how you could be a leader, that doesn't make you a leader. That doesn't make you a leader. And it shows in a lot of these jobs that, a lot of people are in positions of leadership, but don't actually have the toolage. And, this walk, the scriptures speak about, where is that, in Galatians, that being under tutors and governors until an appointed time. That's what this walk is all, it really teaches you. But a lot of people, they can't handle that, especially, and again, this is only to you men specifically that are walking in this walk. Hey man, you got to apply the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding that you have learned in your walk, in all parts of your life. And that's the beautiful thing about the Holy Scriptures, is the Holy Scriptures really have the answers for everything. It gives you the keys to handling really any situation or scenario, handling anybody from the young to the old, how to handle men, how to handle women, how to handle older men, how to handle older women, how to handle younger men, younger women. There's all of these elements require a certain level of just maneuvering. Being able to maneuver, through these different situations and scenarios is key. And what we witness in this world is that most people don't have the skill set. That's why, for instance, I'll give you another example of what's happening on my job that shows me that a lot of people just don't have the spirit. Handling problems, handling conflict, right? See, now the scriptures tell us that, hey, if you have an ought with a brother, what is that? Matthew 18. Matthew 18 tells you that if you have an ought with a brother, to pull him to the side and let them and discuss it, right? So the order of handling conflict, right? Conflict resolution is, number one, hey man, let me pull you to the side. Hey, woman, man or woman in this regard, you got a problem with somebody, you take the problem to them. Hey man, let me holler real quick. Hey, listen, I just wanted to talk about this to get a better understanding of XYZ. This is what happened. And I was offended in it, or whatever. That's why the scriptures also say, if you're, not to hold every fault to your neighbor, meaning your brother or whoever, brother, you know what I mean for those that understand, they understand. That's a whole nother lesson of who your neighbor is. But if a person you have an issue with somebody, you take it to them and you handle that issue in private. Now, let's just say that person doesn't hear you. You're just like, hey man, you did this. And you know how motherfuckers get. They have 1,001 excuses. They make all type of unreasonable things out of this. And now you gotta like, man, what the fuck, man? All you had to do is just acknowledge it, and now you can't acknowledge it. Then the next level of Matthew 18 is you get 2 or 3 more witnesses. That's really the corporate, even in the world, that's how corporate America handles stuff. You on your job and there's an issue with you, HR gets involved, right? They will pull you to the side and talk to you. And if you don't change it, they will get HR, they will get management involved, because what are they doing? They're creating a foul on you, creating a case on you. That's all it is. But a lot of people don't understand these concepts because, number one, they've never been in any type of organization or management position where you have to manage issues. All right? A lot of people, that's why Isaiah, the 2nd chapter is there, where it speaks about that all the nations shall basically flow onto the mountain of Israel. And what does it mean, mountain? Like, does that mean like the Rocky Mountains? Right? The Appalachian Mountains? No, that mountain is metaphorically speaking about a government. Right? All the nations are going to flow. And I'm speaking about the true Hebrew Israelites. I'm not talking about them JOOs over there. Because nobody is flowing onto them. And there's no peace on the earth, as it says in Isaiah, the 2nd chapter. Nobody is flowing onto them, and they are not teaching anybody their ways. So that in itself lets you know that them little hats and them hook noses over there are not the people. They're not teaching anybody shit but how to be wicked. Okay? So, but this is the problem, one of the main problems in the world. Conflict resolution and people not knowing how to lead. But just because you are put in a position to lead doesn't make you a leader. You have to actually stand in that. Push, lead by example. That's really what a leader is. A leader leads by example. If you want respect, like for instance, again, on my job, same situation, same person. Everybody at the job, I tell them to do this, tell them to do that. Hey, no problem. We got you, Jay. Why? Because I lead by example. Not a soul, nobody that works with me, underneath me, can say that I've ever asked them to do something that I've never been willing to do myself. They witness me do that, so that I have a level of, they feel a certain sense of accomplishing something with me, versus me sitting around and just barking orders. Hey, you're gonna always receive backlash from that. That's a natural order of things. That's why you could be a king. There's righteous kings and there's wicked kings. You don't want to be a tyrant. And a lot of people end up in the position of being a tyrant because they actually just don't simply know how to lead. All right. So again, this walk, I remember Bishop Elder Montezak, not Montezak Ba out of South Carolina, but the elder up north. And he said many years, and it's always stuck in my mind because I lean into this when the elders said this, and until this point, he said it's almost 10 years ago at this point. He said, man, everybody in Great Millstone is a leader, right? Everybody here is a leader. We're a gathering of leaders. We're a camp of leaders. But to be a good leader, you got to be a good follower. And a lot of people have an issue being a follower. Everybody wants to be a chief. Everybody wants to be the top of the line, or the line of order, right? The commanding. You want to be the chief, commanding chief, right? But if you really want to be a great leader, you have to be a great follower. And a lot of people suck at fucking following. See, what makes me a great leader at my job is my ability to follow the lead of my bosses, of my management. And they see that and they're like, nah, you got to lead these people because da-da-da-da-da. And it's the same concept in everything. But a lot of people, like I say, they're leading from a position of a lack of confidence. See, if you're a confident follower, you're going to be a confident leader. If you don't, if following makes you feel away, then you sure as hell gonna be feeling away when you're a leader. Okay? Now, like I said, everything that I'm speaking to the spirit of being a leader, and the fact that what the Lord is priming us and prepping us to be like is actually, you're supposed to apply all of this conceptually in every aspect of your life. Because if you're a leader, and honestly, if you're a leader in everything. All right. But the beautiful thing about being a natural born, or I don't even like to use the term a natural born leader, but if the Lord is dealing with you in a leadership position, that spirit is everywhere. That spirit will flow everywhere that you're in, at your house, your neighbors, within any social circle that you're in, because it's a spirit. It's an aura. Everybody at my job is always, oh man, we appreciate you. You make it easier, and so on and so forth. Well, they don't understand that it's really of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, and I'm leading with using the principles of the Bible. But see, a lot of people, that's why the world is in the fashion that it is, because it's not being led under the principles of the Bible. And I'm not talking about Christianity. I'm not talking about that stupid, idiotic approach to, love thy neighbor. You've never met a good, I'm going to say this in the spirit, there's no such thing as a good Christian leader. Okay? And that's I'm speaking psychologically speaking. You're not able to be a good leader being a Christian man. Why? Because Christianity doesn't allow you to basically max out your masculinity. Christianity wants men to be basically, neutered. You can't be a good leader being a neutered man. And a lot of men are neutered. A lot of men are weak. And then that's why they suffer in these positions. See, a leader don't give a fuck about your feelings towards their leadership if what they're doing is right. A lot of people get stuck up in the idea when they're in leadership positions of you want people to like you. If I'm doing the right thing, I don't give a fuck about nobody liking me. When you're put in a position of leadership, there is no room, there's no space for, but I hope the people like me. Man, fuck the people liking you. Respect. See, these concepts get lost in the sauce in America. This is one guy on my job. He's me, but on another department, right? So he leads his own people, and he's so obsessed with making sure he gauges the emotional space of everybody. Now, let me be clear here. The scriptures speak about knowing the estate of thy flock. I do the same thing. That's part of leadership too. On my job, I apply that. Okay, the scriptures say, know the estate of your flock. Okay. So you know what I do on my job? I go around to everybody, maybe not every time we work, but maybe every so often, and I pull on their ear. Hey, how's it going, man? How you doing? How you feeling? How you adjusting? How you liking this? And they give me their complaints. They give me their positive feedback, and And what do? I take it in to know the state of my flock. Now, am I concerned about, all the emotionalism of people? Absolutely not. I care about what makes your job easier, more efficient, and what's going on in those regards. So again, like I said, this is not about making this super long. Again, I'm speaking really to a specific group. I'm speaking to the men that are in leadership positions within the camp. And even if you're not, like I said earlier, every man here is being primed to be a leader. So these things that Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai is teaching us through wisdom, knowledge, understanding, through experience, all of these things is you're supposed to apply in all aspects of your life, not just one. Here it is, you put all your emphasis on being a leader in the camp. But then when you're on a job, you ain't shit. Or when you at home, you ain't shit. Or when you're in other circles and scenarios, you're dropping the ball. And there's really no reason for that, because technically speaking, me being a leader at the job is 10 times easier than dealing with brothers. Why? Because there's spiritual aspects within the body that we got to fight and we got to deal with. And in a sense, we got to make sure, it's so much more, because it's so in order that actually you got to be more on point with it versus the job. I don't give a fuck about the job like that. But at the same time, I'm just applying my principles that the Lord has given me, the principles of the Bible. And if really leaders around the world, that's how you know that this place is failing, because they're just winging it. They're making it up. They have no true principle that they're following after. And that's why a lot of these companies fail. That's why a lot of these companies have morality issues. I'll make you this as I close it up, because my manager, he like, yeah, man, we got to get a day together so all of us could get together and eat, basically eat pizza, because that's what they believe is the morality, is we all have a few laughs and shit. Man, sometimes there is a space where everybody needs to be at ease and cut back and have some laughter. But at the same time, like for instance, I'm going to say this in closing as well. My manager and I, we were talking, and he was like, man, see, I believe you ask people what to do, because, I shouldn't have to tell you. And I'm like, well, I don't believe in that. Even if I'm asking a person at my job, hey, you mind doing this? I'm asking a question, but I'm just doing that to soften me telling you what the fuck I'm telling you. And even that I'm changing, because I realize a lot of times that energy of asking somebody what to do. Hey, do you mind? Will you please? Do you mind doing this? That leaves space for consideration. That leaves space for attitude. That leaves space for a lot of shit. And a lot of times, hey, just tell a motherfucker what to do. If you're in a position to tell people what to do, tell them what to do. Hey, man, when you get a chance, I need you to go do this. Hey, I need you to go take that over there. Thank you. But all that, hey, do you mind? That's why this world is so fucked up. Everybody is out of pocket. Everybody thinks that they have a say to shit. Everybody believes that they have an opinion. In some situations, even me in leadership in this camp, when my heads, I'm very delicate of how. So see, sometimes there is space for me to say, this is my opinion on it, and maybe we should do it this way. But I'm not always in a space of, hey, leadership, this is my opinion on it. Sometimes I don't got no fucking opinion. Or even when I do have an opinion, I keep it to my fucking self. Unless the spirit really, truly moves me, I'm going to keep it to myself, because why? It be, as the saying goes, it be too many chefs in the kitchen. It be too many chefs in the kitchen a lot of times. And that's how I be on my job. I could have an opinion or a thought or a suggestion, but I'm like, let me keep that to myself. Let me not add more decisions that you got to make in your head. Let me not let me not add more weight in your head to think about. See? That's thinking from a position of being a leader. I'm thinking if I was in this position, yeah, sometimes I want to hear what people got to say from my the people that are under me that are leading. Then sometimes I don't want to fucking hear what you got to say. This is just what it is. You got to stand firm. But this world is bitch made, man. This world is based in being basically a hoe ass nigga. So that's why sometimes your bosses is bitch made. They don't really got that firmness of them. And even with my job, my boss, he even speaks on it like, man, that's just the way I am, but I understand it comes to bite. And I'm like, yeah, I see. So now me seeing it, I'm like in a position of, I got to clean it up. I got to be the firm one. I got to be the asshole. If you got a leader, if you a leader in the camp and your leader he's a more mild leading person, that means somebody got to be the asshole. Somebody got to be the one that motherfuckers don't play with. Like, man, listen, right? And that's just truly leadership. Sometimes you got to be the asshole of the group. Sometimes you got to be the one that leans into the merciful seat. See, there's a balance. You got one leader that might be on some, man, you know what, man? I'm about to curse everybody the fuck out. And then you got the other leaders like, hey, no. Let's approach it this way. Okay. I respect you and we're going to do it there. Let's just see. Sometimes you need that. Sometimes the person that wants to lean into mercifulness, he's wrong or she's wrong. So then you got to, sometimes the spirit needs everybody to be cursed out. See? And that's when I'm like, yeah. We're going to have a meeting and together as a work job. Okay, you're going to be the one that's Mr. Popcorn and Pizza. All right, cool. I'm going to be Mr. Hey, man, you motherfuckers got to get your head out your ass, man. Because somebody has to do it. I don't want to tell them. I'm afraid. I'm afraid of what if they don't like me? What if they talk bad? I don't give a fuck about nobody talking. See, you can't be a leader if you worried about what the fuck somebody got to say about you. You can only true leaders don't give a fuck. If I'm doing what's right, I don't give a fuck what you think. If what I'm doing is right. Now, if you're under me and I trust your judgment and you're telling me, hey, my man, listen, you could have handled that. All right, I'm going to consider. But a lot of people, I don't like how he's talking to me. I don't like how he said that to me. I don't like how they looked at me. I don't like that. It made me feel away, man. Get your whole ass out of here, man. All right? So, with that being said, I'm going to close this up. I just wanted to speak on, and that's what this is. The leaders, the techniques that the Bible is teaching us is priming us to be leaders. And a lot of people aren't leaders. That's why there's only one elect. The 144,000 are the leaders of the new nation. They're the governing body of the kingdom of heaven under Yahushua and King David. That's the leadership. That's the ones that's being primed, being prepared to lead. In every aspect of your life, if you're part of the hopeful elect, is you being primed in leadership. Everything. All right, so with that, I'm going to close this up. I want to give all the glory and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah Quadash. Double honors unto my apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Hey, peace and safety to all you sincere Akim. Shalom.